bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible! Anything is possible! Ustello is a monster, Tom!
Welcome back to StarSeries I-League Season 4. We are going into the conclusion of, well, at least the second stream's final map of today, although I believe we will have the draw afterwards, just before the other game continues, but of course it will just be the winner of that game that goes through to the next round. We find out who will be playing, so make sure you stick around for that. Either way, we are heading into Mirage, the conclusion of mousesports versus Virtus.pro. And yeah, Inferno was a completely different story. So a really close first map, sort of incredible all the way through. This one was much more of a whitewash. Sunny, much better performance, really was just outplaying everybody, it seemed, wherever he was pushing. Oscar stepping up as well. And there just didn't really seem to be anybody on the other side other than Mihu, who is the new guy on the block. So a little bit worrying for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, heading into Mirage, it's an interesting final map, I think, for a lot of reasons, namely because it came down to Nuke or Mirage, and VP decided to drop Nuke and end up here on Mirage.
Yeah, new VP?
New VP. New year, new VP.
Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but I suppose it works. We'll see. We'll see if the guys can show us what they can do on Mirage. We are, of course, going into our knife round. It's a strong map for me here. It always has been. I'm just interested to see whether... I do believe that, especially with this team being relatively new, that Nuke will probably come in a little bit later, and maybe against a team that isn't so happy to play Nuke. I feel like that it would have been much more of a risk for them to take it there. The only problem I do have is I feel like in terms of the veto in general, mousesports just came out better, because this has always been one of their stronger maps.
They're smiling, Tom.
For winning, what was that? For
winning
a knife round?
Because Mihu 1v2.
Or you see, your favorite cast of 5 people, but like they're not winning anything. Yeah.
No, it was obviously in terms of the decision, the right decision was made, but it's still sad to see Taz go.
Well, you know what? We've got Mihu and we've got Mirage. It is going to be the last map of tonight, the last map of this series. VP versus Mouse. We've gone the distance. We've gone all 3 maps. And already in the pistol round to make things interesting. Mihu and Bialy go aggressive up through mid. Mihu keeps things even. And Tom, you and I have been highlighting him. I think he's going to be the star here. He was insanely good on this map back in his time during Kinguin. Let's see if that continues now in VP.
Interestingly, taking down the other man I probably would have highlighted, Rops will be the first to fall for his team. Pasha missing a few shots early on, but it is Mihu again to drop the bomb towards that jungle spot, and he gets a 3rd kill in this round already, clearly feeling confident. It seems like he's going to have to do this all alone. Nearly the ace, we were so close to getting it, but it's actually Neo to close the pistol round. 4 kills for Mihu right off the bat. I'm really starting to get excited about him in this team.
No, me too. Honestly, me too for Mihu. He's such an exciting prospect, and on Mirage, he always just looks so comfortable. Like, he has such a good knowledge of how to play this map.
Hit headshots.
I know, but there's just something about it. I don't know if he likes the colors or what, but like, there's something about this map
that
just brings the best out in him.
If I had all my maps in the right color, I'd be much better at Counter-Strike. That's the problem for me.
And, well, here we go. Pasha over here in mid. He's got the MP9. Neo peeking up. Oh, this is a bad start. Oscar's in with a second. Okay. Neo's going to try and put the lid back on this one. Sunny's gone down. I was getting worried there for a second. I still am, to be honest with you. Chris J and Sticker left alive. Neo's aggressive up here in top mid, and that's pretty big. You can hear these rotations in through T-spawn. You should see Snack start to depart B. Make his way over the way, but no, they're not going to go for it. Chris J and Sticko both here. I'm worried. Oscar's given them an opening. Bialy hides. He's just lying in wait, and Sticko gotta be the first man down. Now it's all Chris J. 1 versus 3. Everyone wrapping around, and Snacks finishes him off. VP, they managed to convert the anti-eco. Some nice shots, though, from Oscar down in mid.
Yeah, he'll make a little bit of money back for himself, although the likelihood is he still won't have the AWP. Unless he goes glass cannon, of course. Or maybe gets a kill or two in this one. But this should be a fairly clean round coming out from Virtus.pro. Again, I'm pretty sure both pistols went the way of mousesports in the previous map. They look fairly dominant anyway, but VP at least get themselves that economic start. They're going to want to keep it here. Into middle will be Pasher. He's only got a UMP, so can't really take those ranged battles. Got a lot of support. And actually, maybe I'm wrong. Quick cleanup. Nobody lost. Pasher will get 2 kills and make himself a little bit of extra money. Now I'll be interested to see how many of those SMGs are actually going to be kept into this round as a bit of a bonus. Whether or not we will just see Appleby straight up to that AWP. Doesn't look like it as of yet, so we are just going to have that bonus round scenario. Look to take the more aggressive stance, and so far that has been what Virtus.pro have been doing. A lot of aggressive pushes into mid. It does, of course, work in their opponent's favor sometimes, especially if Oscar's hitting the shots. And they're looking like they're going to do something similar once again. Push into the underpass. Won't spot anything, and this is a little bit of a off position for them because there are so many players gathering up. Bialy has gone aggressive over towards the ramp. Going to throw the Molotov in to try and slow down the flow. Peek in though, and Chris J gets himself the opener. Another comes in for Sunny, leaving Neo on the site. Has to pull something heroic and won't. Leaves Snacks and Mihu. Now Snacks only has an MP9. May look to just try and upgrade that into something a little bit better, but Mihu, with that rifle, they just want to try and keep something in. And look at the flank coming from Sunny. He's going to flank the flanker.
The hunter has become the hunted.
He's running.
They might just bypass one another. And it looks like they've... No, they're not going to. Sunny is coming. Oh, Snacks! Looks back. That's Sunny found. The others now know that he's there. He has himself an AK. He's going to flash over. Still going to try and make a play here. Snacks knocking on their door. Does keep their attention looking his way. Smokes it off. He's forcing them to have to go through that. He knows that Sticko's committed to this angle. He's going to have to find a way somewhere else, but the bomb. He goes down. They're all going to be able to get away from that. Snacks upgrades to the AK, but that will be it. That was him there first. Still, that was an attempt at the bonus round for VP.
And now comes in the big buy, the buy that attempts to break back on mousesports. 3 players survive means they have a little bit of extra cash, but definitely not anything to write home about. They're going to want to make sure that they get this next round and start to string them together themselves. Same can be said for the CT side. We're going to see, at least trying to find something through the smoke early in the round, but it's packed with the AWP. Mihu with the aggression onto short. Then that's the first 2 openers, and now we see the T side try and force the issue on towards this A side. Bialy, however, shuts them out once again. And it leaves just Oscar and Chris J. Both over towards this A side of the map. Bomb yet to be spotted, so the CTs can't really over-rotate, but they somewhat have. They've got aggression into middle. There's only 1 player on B. It's a fairly passive hold from Snacks, and looking like he may go for a little bit of an information play just to try and find out if there is anything over towards that B side of the map, which, as we can see from the map, there is not. Also, that position from Neo, as you mentioned previously, means if anybody goes running into the spawn, he will hear them as well. And Bialy now goes for even more information. And the fact is, if he catches his bomb, this round is over. But Oscar gets the kill.
There's a foot in the door, but one man, Mihu, the latest addition, resides down here in CT. Jason's wide. Mihu again, uncharacteristic. Missed that spray. Oscar, they're getting this done. The flank's coming in from Neo, and he has to come up clutch. He's the linchpin for VP in this round. Chris J finds him, and now it's Snacks. Left 1v2. Gets one, sprays for the second, but Chris J trades. And VP, they're left wondering, where did that round go so wrong?
I genuinely don't know how they lost that. That was a 2v5. Everything in their favor. And they've got to be absolutely kicking themselves after that. And now we're actually going to see somewhat of a force spy coming in from Virtus.pro. You've got a couple of players with weaponry. Snacks and Mihu are the two. And Mihu has been leading the way, but then the rest of the team are somewhat ecoing. This is a really weird round from Virtus.pro. The only thing I can really think of is that both Pasha and Neo maybe want to pick up the Orbs. But at the same time, that's still an odd thing to do. They could have saved one round. Snacks could have dropped the Orb. And then they could have gone into that round with a buy anyway. Either way, we've now got this weird mix of weaponry. We'll see if maybe Mihu and Snacks can make some sort of incredible play. They are both over towards the B side of the map, so it's somewhat a stack play. Snacks will find the opener. Mihu gets a second as well. And that's a pretty damn good start for Virtus.pro.
Pasha's up here in top mid. Gotta be listening, and look at Bialy as well over in Palace. They're getting so much information. Pasha, the timing's not great here. He's gonna get discovered in his little hidey hole up in top mid.
Bialy.
Now he's gonna face the same fate. And now, Snacks is able to go ahead and find Robs. This leaves a lot of pressure on Snacks over here. In this A-bomb site. He's going to reposition, starts to push up into Palace, and this is actually perfect. The smokes and flashes now rain in. And he can do so much damage. He has Neo up on top of stairs. Mihu going to start to rotate around any second now as well. Both of these players just hiding Neo. How's he still alive? He's hiding in their smoke that they threw down. Now he's going to start to emerge. Finds one, hops away. And it's Oscar. Not long for this world. 2 AWPs carried forward for VP, and that risky buy manages to work for them.
Yeah, what a round coming out from Snacks. Stepping up with that AWP, and, well, never ever should have been a round lost. You could say the same about the previous, so if anything, maybe normality has been restored to the world.
2 wrongs don't make a right, Tong. It just gets more wrong.
I don't know. Maybe if you make enough lefts, eventually you turn right. The look on your face.
That was terrible. Left, going left. Well, here we go. Doesn't matter. Neo is gone now. I'm just saying, Tom, going left isn't equivalent to being wrong. That's what you need for that joke to work. And, well, Sonny, he has himself an M4. They're going to try to boost him up. He's going to get caught in the crossfire. That's the gun. Mihu, it's a shooting gallery in mid. 3 frags. You love to see it. Mihu's springing to life.
He doesn't like being caught.
Oh, but look at this. Stuka's been allowed to wrap through B, and they must know that this site is open. There's a man in window. That's Pasha. Oh, they're back to back. They've got no idea. Stuka's spotted him. Oh, Pasha gets caught. Jay now going to emerge. Does find damage. Stuka has the work good, but Snack shuts him down. And he's desperately trying to juggle it over to Mihu, but Mihu doesn't seem to care.
Nah, no thank you.
That is VP on to a 5th round. And I'm so excited because for people who didn't know who Mihu was coming into this, who have now only heard of him now that he joined VP.
Who lived under a rock.
Yeah, but I think that it's such a good introduction to have. He's you know, was top of the board for them in Inferno, the map that they lost. And then in Koval, he was like the driving force. Here on Mirage, he's having fantastic impact as well. For Mouse, it's going to be a fast B. They go back to basics. contact B rather, your favorite matchmaking strategy. And here we go, Sticko on the entry, gonna go charging in. The flash rings through, but Snacks, they're already up on him. Through the smoke and get tagged down low. Pasha falls rotating. This already looks like a save.
Yeah, no doubt that the CT side just look to hold on to their weaponry here. Bialy will be able to drop one in the next round. Neo can drop something at least, and it means that they will still be able to fight back in the next. Unfortunately, they have lost both of their AWPs, so a little bit of a problem for them there, but we also have the T's, one back in their hand as well. So it will be 5-3. No real dominant force coming out of this game just yet, especially if you exclude the pistol round. It actually is very, very close indeed. No team quite putting their foot down on the other as of yet. T-side are going to keep every single player alive as well. It's going to be a big boost in terms of their money and keep them safe from any sort of real reset going into the next round. But I'm almost certain there'll be a buy into this one from Virtus.pro. I said no AWP going to be available for them. In fact, they'll even have, well, one player on a different weapon, which will be Snacks actually picking up the Mag 7. Interested to see where he'll be playing. He has been over towards the B site, so probably just going to be playing up close to the drop-off of apartment. Now, on the other side of things, of course, T-side do have themselves a full buy, and they're looking like they're going to set up towards A side of the map. A much more basic strategy. Stiko will be there to try and hold off rotations into middle. Bialy will be left at the back of side, but in the meantime, Snacks is finding out information, already pushing all the way through those apartments. It will give a lot of info over. The problem is there haven't really been too many rotations. Now Mihu looks to run towards this A site as they know the hit will be coming in. Sunny leading that charge. Bomb going to be going down without any real contention. Spray will be attempted through the smoke, but absolutely nothing will be found. And although all of their utility expended, it is a 5v5 retake.
This is weird, Tom. Sticko can late lurk in through mid, and there's still a lot of utility left for VP. They have to start winning some of these duels. There's the opener from Bialy. Pash it in with one more. Drop Sticko and Oscar left. Sticko's going to go down, and now it is just Oscar and Rops. Defuse being held, they're going to get locked out of this round. And VP, they grab themselves a 6th. But the bomb plant, combined with 2 players surviving, there's still going to be plenty of money here for Mouse.
It's really impressive from Virtus.pro actually to do that sort of retake.
Swift retake. There wasn't, like, we didn't have enough camera angles to keep an eye on just how fast that was.
It was like a 5v5 retake, bomb down. Yeah, I said they didn't have any utility over on that T side, but just that almost looked too easy for Virtus.pro. In fact, they keep all 5 players alive. That's really, really odd. Like, that was a very impressive retake. We are actually going to see a pause called out. I'm sure that Chris J's not going to be happy with that. And now, well, VP have managed to make up some extra money themselves. A little bit spare. T-side do keep a couple of players alive, so it's not the end of the world. They will still be able to buy into this one comfortably, but I feel like they've given Virtus.pro a little bit too much there. But we are going to be going back in. Still no AWP for the CT side, and by the looks of things, when they had the amount of money, they wanted to get 2. So maybe a little bit more of a different strategy. Smoke actually doesn't hit into window. That's a big, big problem for anybody looking to push out. Palace is going to be the main push from this T side, though, and there's nobody really watching it at the moment. Quick push in towards the site. Bialy will have heard all of the footsteps, gets the first kill. Multiple players still here. He has work to do, but drops the bomb. Herbert through the box. Oscar will remove him and leaves it on to Mihu and Pasha.
Yeah, Mihu just waiting in CT and Stiko trying to find an angle. Pasha and Mihu know that they have that bomb down. Pasha's got his eyes on it. Stiko and Sunny start to push out into the open. Flash goes into CT. He's lining up for him, he's gone. He's able to find good damage, but Stiko and Oscar are there to trade. And mousesports going to be on to another round. 4-6 right now. That's the economy of VP called into question. They can get one last buy before the reset comes in.
That's literally just because they managed to keep things flawless in the previous round. If they'd lost even a player or two, then it would have been really, really difficult to buy here. And even still, they're going to have Mihu, who has been the star of the show for them so far, only on a UMP. Definitely not the ideal situation. They do have the AWP back on Pasha, though. And actually, they get a double nade frag on Ramp. What a start to the round that was. It's been some aggressive plays out towards this A site, so Virtus.pro look to switch things up and have a little bit of a heavier presence here. And already, such an advantage, but we've seen them throw away quite a bit more already. Remember the 5v2 that happened earlier in this map.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's still fresh in their minds as well. 3 players reside here on a 4VP. Oscar about to take the door with Pasha, and Pasha wins it. Bialy going to drop out Sticko, and now it is just Sunny left. 1v5, and Tom, we saw them throw away some advantages, but this would be insane. Sunny, he's over here on ramp, has a minute on the clock. He might try probe on in, see if he can find anything. Crossing is not going to be an easy task.
I think if they lose this, they should replace another player.
Oh. Can attack it, goes back. They know where he is now, takes the fight, and Mihu finds it. There's guns down on ramp for Mihu to retrieve. That's a VP, they're going to answer straight back, and quite crucially, they've done significant damage to mousesports' economy. Oscar's able to buy himself an AWP. Rops can actually invest as well, and then they still have enough to buy into the next round. So you imagine it's going to be a partial into $2,000 on the 2 players that can afford it. And now you're relying on Oscar to act as the catalyst in this round. This is the one who has to try and get them into these sites and find the opportunities.
Yeah, if anybody could do it, it would be him. Of course, that means that the rest of the team don't really have too much. I imagine that he'll actually be dropped an AWP by Rops in the next round anyway. That's why Rops really hasn't invested. And he's been very quiet in this game so far. Normally someone who's very, very good, especially on Mirage, was excellent on Cobble. A little bit quieter when it came to Inferno, but that was just because they were so dominant that he wasn't really needed, but surprising. There we go. Back in the server. Doubles his kills just with that one. Doing work with the Deagle. They can at least make things costly here. They're buying into the next round no matter what. And we have seen them steal rounds away with less. Virtus.pro still in the earliest stages of this rust. And Mihu is going to trade back and gets rid of that AWP. Actually, will be shutting things down in middle. Chris J desperately trying to survive. Rops has managed to get a second kill and retrieve an AK. Something to be done here. Now, he only gets 1900 into the next round, but he's going to want to drop an AWP, so probably will want to die. Eventually Neo's going to do it for him anyway. Wow. Okay. Didn't realize I was depressing you that much. Either way, 8-4. CT side have won themselves the half. But there we go. We're going to have the juggling of weapons. Oscar will have his AWP. Everybody else can get AKs. We may see Sticko or someone go for a little bit less just to try and get utility. Because well, they've got Rops and Sunny with some, but actually not too much overall. And Chris J will drop head armor just to make sure they have themselves a smoke.
Pasha trying to step up to the call. Locks down mid. Get Molotov back. He was going to try and take the peek out. And he's already down through mid. That's going to be Sunny. He gets caught with a smoke in hand. That's an opportunity, and they're going to take that in their stride as they make their way up through connector. Rob's going to drop out Bialy. Now. Round looking scary. Mihu gonna fall over. Sure, it's all on Pasha, and Sunny will lock it in for Mouse. It's gonna be a 5th, Tom. And quite crucially, that's the economic damage done to VP. They are struggling with what to do, and I imagine we're gonna see that partial buy-in. Mihu gonna actually fully go for this. I can't see the commitment from the rest of the team, so it looks like it is going to be the case that, yeah, on the guys that can afford it, they get some armor, they get what they can. Now you can juggle the AWP around. And I guess you're going to play with the... Oh, Chris J. And, I don't know who that was. Very polite. It was him and Sunny. That was cute. But, couldn't get through the door. Here's Neo. He's alone in B. Jump peeks. Spots Oscar. Knows that there's a man in there. That's going to pull some of these rotations in, Mihu being the first to rotate round.
Yeah, looking for some sort of opener, but as of yet, a very slow round out from mousesports. They've got a little bit of sort of patient play coming in towards the spawn already. Snacks is going to be the first loss. Peek out from Pasha up top. Doesn't have many bullets left in the mag. Does decent damage. Neo attempts to trade so that Mihu gets one, but there goes that AWP. One kill and nothing more. Now it's left all onto just the pistol players. A retrieval mission for that AWP is probably the best option. Hope to get that into the next round. Hasn't really done much in terms of damage, and I think Sonny's just going to try and defend it here. Maybe knowing that this is just a bit of extra investment, of course. Over towards that B site, there is absolutely nobody. So the second the push comes in from mousesports, they're going to be methodical with their utility, make sure they clear out all of the angles, and in the end, Sonny will end both lines. 4 kills for him in that round. 8-6 scoreline, and now we do have that buyback in. Mihu only with a deagle, glass cannon AWP for Snacks as well. And on the other side, everything absolutely flawless.
Yeah, they've got everything they can want in the mousesports camp. 8-6. And I said to him, I figured that Mirage would be a closer affair, and right now it looks like it very well could be. You know, if I had to guess, I think this could be another game that goes through to overtime. But calling that in early. In this round, Mouse, they want to try and end the half 8-7. They can't be too disappointed with that. They do have the advantage heading into this. Almost all of the Virtus.pro utility has been used already. They've got 3 smokes left, so they're going to have to be very light with the utility usage and take this sparingly. They've just used 2 of them, so now it's only Mihu with the smoke left, and he currently resides on short, which isn't going to be too helpful. It looks like mousesports are going to be playing for A. Neo and Bialy about to come their way on ramp. They have a cross set up, but Chris J has found Bialy. Now, wait, switch, you can expect Neo. He's able to get one, now he's gone down. Masha trying to make a stand. He has been able to eliminate Rops, but he's going to get caught off. Whoa! Sonny is able to find him. And Mihu as well. Sonny's been in form. Now it is just Snacks left alive, and Oscar will smite him down. 8-7 at the end of the first half. Mousesports, a fantastic recovery as they win out the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, good resurgence from them, and now moving on to the CT side. Going to want to try and take that second pistol. Mihu, again, right at the top of the board, 18-8. Quite far above, actually. A lot of, it's the same, it's almost identical, the board, every single time. It's Mihu leading the way, Bialy having a decent performance, and then actually the sort of 3 legendary players further down. Snacks, previously the star, of course. Pasha and Neo, renowned. Now, they do win the half, of course, but it could have been quite a bit more. Now we go into our pistol round. Again, quite a bit of utility coming in from Virtus.pro. We saw this on Inferno on their T side, and it was the utility all left at the end with none of it thrown. Just absolutely destroyed. Oscar will be taking the fight into middle early, but the majority of Virtus.pro are going to be heading over towards that B site.
Sonny's going aggressive, and this is massive. Mihu is watching for it. Neo spotted out Oscar, but looks like Sonny just caught the timing. He's been allowed to skirt by, and Mihu has no idea. He's going to keep creeping in. Mihu set up to shut this down, expecting that Mowers are going to try go for the information play. Sonny's been on point. So he was the man who tried to make the bold move. And as a result, he goes down. Now, VP sitting comfortably with the man advantage. 2 players hugging it out down here in lower tunnels. That's going to be Neo and Pasha. Smoke. Falls for short. They also block off connector. It looks like it's going to be the A split. Mihu starts to traverse up short while the rest of the guys now out through connector. Has to emerge out from Palace. He's just waiting. They've got no idea. They think this is clear. And Oscar, this could be massive. Denies the bomb plant. And now it's Bialy and Mihu left 2 versus 3. They didn't check under scaffolding, and as a result, they get punished. Mihu could be the difference maker, though. They're going to check it. Chris J finds him. And Bialy, 1 versus 3, makes it a 1-on-2, but that's it. Sticko trades, and Mouse, they comfortably went out that pistol round.
A few crucial plays coming in that round to deny Virtus.pro what looked like a pretty decent setup from them after getting that opening and looking to split on towards the A site, but not checking the corners. Always going to cause problems. So the second pistol will be going the way of mousesports. Full force in from Virtus.pro. No real money saved. Tiny bit on Mihu, but not anything to write home about. And we will have what looks like a fairly basic smoke setup going to be going in. Bialy and Mihu with the smokes. Players making their way towards Palace. Now there's Rops up close, but other than that, it's a bit more in terms of mid-presence coming out from the CT side. So there's a decent chance that Virtus.pro actually managed to get a bomb plant here, just depending on when they push out onto the site. And Rops is going to have an awful lot to do. He's had a quiet game so far, which fairly unusual for the youngster. But we'll see if he can hold it down in this one. Smokes will rain out. Flashbang over the top, leaves him completely blind. Goes for the spray and is overwhelmed within seconds. That should be the bomb plant enabled. Rotation will be coming in now from the CT side, but Virtus.pro in with a decent chance.
Three of the players being funneled in through CT. Oh, that flashes. Well, it blinds everyone. Snax is able to find one on the back of it, but then Sticko's there to trade. Sandwich. Now he's in the ground as he gets eliminated. Pasha falls. Neo goes down shortly after that. It's going to be Mao's recovering. Still a bomb plant. Damage done. VP can't be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, this will pretty much mean they can go for a couple of extra pistols. They can spend the $800 as they'll be able to buy into the next round anyway, have a chance to do even more damage over to that CT side. I'll be interested to see if anyone actually saves up to buy an AWP. It doesn't look like it. A couple of smokes actually picked up from Virtus.pro yet again. Maybe going to attempt to throw in a little bit of a fake. Try to take some mid-control. They've got a couple of deagles. We have seen some pretty impressive deagle play so far. Again, only one player over towards either side of the map because mousesports really are challenging into mid. Now, of course, in terms of the range battle, they have a massive advantage. Snax, patient, but loses his life alongside two of his teammates. Only Bialy and Pasha left. Bialy will make his way on towards the Acer. The bomb currently in top mid, so I don't think there's any way that gets anywhere. Pasha will go down. 1 kill gained. Not really anything too impressive, and, well, we will now see mousesports 10 and 8 up, but here comes the buy.
Yes, it's going to be a attempt at a bonus round for the most part from Mouse. They don't upgrade any of the rifles that they had, and then the SMG to be kept out by Sticko. Oscar's got the AWP. They can afford to buy next round regardless, which is a nice privilege to have. VP on in that same position, so this gains out much more importance. Oscar's already smoked off in mid. Now he's going to be relying on his teammates Sunny and Chris J to be his eyes and ears as he rotates into connector. Mihu finds Chris J up on short. It's going to be recovered by Oscar down in connector. Through, Sunny finds him. An advantage retaken here for Mouse, and the bomb actually in the eyes of Oscar. Mihu's about to go walking out of his crosshair. Does manage to find Sunny, but Oscar, now it's all eyes on him. Mihu falls. The trade attempt to come in from Pasha. He does get it. Bialy's out from Palace. It all falls to Sticko with the MP9. That's not the range you wanted at, Sticko.
I love the optimism. I can do this. Nope. No, that was never going to work.
And the biggest problem I'm seeing right now for Mouse, despite, they've got the lead, they can buy up here, and you have people like Oscar and stuff popping off, is that Rops, someone who is so key to this lineup success, is having a very quiet game. Mr. Cool needs to try and make a quick recovery.
does have one of the best names in history, I'll be honest. Either way, aggressive push from Snacks towards the underpass. He's going to try and battle for middle. There's still going to be an AWP for Oscar once again, who always seems to be crucial to the mid control. But this time they put him as the Lone Ranger over towards B. Aggressive push. There is going to be Snacks just waiting patiently, although it's sort of like a game of cat and mouse at the moment. Oscar peeks back into the angle and loses his head. That AWP will play no further part in the round, and now mid control falls to this CT side, but they're facing the wrong way. Chris J will be there and picks up 2. Snacks has managed to turn things back, leaving it into a 3 versus 3 as he makes his way on towards the B site. However, with a man also on A, the bomb actually starts rotating back in the other direction. And this is just all going to be about timing. All about luck. Who is going to manage to sneak in from behind? There's still Rops at the back of the site. And he's going to be the linchpin here, and this time he does get that opener. Neo looks around the corner. More time can be bought, and also there's a flank in from Sonny. He's just going to be waiting in the spawn. That shuts the round down. Surely there's no hope left for Snacks. 30 seconds left on the clock, and it seems like maybe VP overplayed their hand a little bit. Finally, his flank will come in. But I don't think there's even enough time. He needs to get the kill so quickly and doesn't even think about Rob still being on the site. He just assumes that they've left. He will just about skate past, but surely there's nothing he can do here, and Rops eventually will take him down. 11-9. VP, they look like they had so much control in that round, but Rops does enough. And that man in spawn, I think it was Sonny, ruins the round with that bomb drop.
That's not what you want to see for VP. As you said, it was looking so good for them in that round, and then they kind of like played themselves a bit with what the grand strategy in that was. You know, I mean, you had I think it was Neo go down in the site when he lost the fight with Rops down in CT. He gets spotted out by Chris J on the cross from short, and it just goes from bad to worse. And then they have to commit to the push in with the bomb, and then obviously that gets dropped down in CT. Sorry, it was Bialy in the site who died, and then Neo was the one who fell back in T-spawn with the bomb. So yeah, not a fantastic round really from Virtus.pro, and it was looking good for them. The issue is now is the money does become a bit of an issue. They're going to force buy down what they can. It's going to be CZs and PC50s. That's the order of the day. Looks like they're going to try playing over here toward B. Initially actually out through mid. Comes up. Smoked off connector. They're going to start to wrap up through short. It's Chris J does lie in wait with the MP7. These players all have head armor. There's going to be a bunch of them coming his way. They line up. Chris J's on 3. Wants to try and make it 4. And he'll take that 2. Pasha's left. Sticko trying to buy some time. Has now the help from Chris J. And if Chris J has a nade, he does have an incendiary. They want to try and give him the ace. So appreciate the camaraderie, but Sticko will shut him down. And that's mousesports in with a 12. The force buy from VP gets nothing done, and that's even more awkward now because Mouse, they should easily be able to sail onto a 13.
The great thing about that as well is what VP playing Counter-Strike and mousesports just playing Farming Simulator is they've just made an awful lot of money in that round. Chris J, 3 kills with the SMG and the pistol, of course, giving him $300, and then Sticko, another one with the MP9, and they have another chance to make even more cash in this scenario. Both those SMGs kept into this round. It's only going to be unarmored players. Still who somehow manages to get that opener down mid. Bialy hiding in the smoke, looking to be a little bit sneaky. He stayed hidden. He can hear Chris. Snacks also managing to find another kill. They're actually doing more damage in this round than in the last, and Neo has been handed an AWP. That's really not what you want. This is not Farming Simulation anymore. There's only 2 players are left alive. Neo's going to be getting that bomb down. Sticko has the chance to get around the corner and will be looking to peek into CT. Surely this should be the death of Neo, but actually he may just get the timing just right. It comes down to so little. Sticko from behind will... Well, actually, it's Chris J to close it. Another 4 kills for him. 8 kills in 2 rounds. Not bad for Chris. And it will be another one, but considering what was invested as an individual round, that was very good from Virtus.pro. Unfortunately, still going to be 13-9. They've only managed 1 round on this T side, but now they have arguably their best buy so far.
Yeah, and I mean, a second pause now to be called in. They know this is do or die. This is it. This is where the going gets tough, Tom. 9-13. They're currently 4 rounds behind Mouse. Let's not forget. A quick recap of what we've seen thus far is a 22-18 victory previously on Cobblestone for Virtus.pro. It took 2 overtimes and a massive performance from everyone across the board for them to win that out. Then we head through to their map pick, Inferno, where it is just the mousesports show through and through. And now we've ended up on Mirage. Currently 9-13. It's been a hard-fought battle from Virtus.pro. And mousesports, they're the ones who are looking to try and take this across the line. The ball is very much in their court. And VP, they lose this. It's not looking great. Money's not good. They've got the loss bonus at least to rely on.
Yeah, 2,900 in the next round. So a pretty decent amount of money coming back in, especially because they had a little bit extra from getting the bomb down in the previous round as well. Didn't opt to go for an AWP. Actually, I've got to be a little bit careful here, Snacks. Has to be wary of Sunny's position, looking to go aggressive in this round. Will be able to fall back, and no damage really done on either player. It's a bit of a yo-yo battle going on as each player looks to just keep peeking back in. The winner taking the man advantage. Sunny pushing up. Again, just fades away, but they can't really escape. They got 2 players in the underpass at the moment.
Massive that it's injury sensitive both matches. They're both trapped down there right now, and this is going to free up so much ground over here in mid. Oscar tries to watch down from the tunnels. They've been allowed to wrap up onto short, and they've gained so much ground. Chris J, he's the man to open up once again. He's been a star in these last few rounds for mousesports. He's found the opener here. And that bomb is wrapped all the way around towards ramp. Bialy's out in sandwich. Rops, he's holding from CT. He now has Chris J there to join him.
It's only 30 seconds on this clock as well.
Sunny's all the way through T-spawn. That's going to be massive. Ash is able to get one. Have to buy time. That's all they need. Sunny's getting into position. He can make it happen. Echo's going to fall. Chris J's not done fighting. Chris J's not done at all. Chris J's in with 4 massive frags. Once again, Tom. He's getting the job done. He's going to get the ace. Chris J is a complete and utter criminal.
Just absolute filth.
That's illegal, Tom. How many kills is that across the 3 rounds?
Do you want me to work out for you?
Is it 13? It's 13
the
kills
lucky number.
across 3 rounds, Tom.
Yeah, that's just wrong. Like, he's gone straight to the top of the board. No surprise about that. He's outfragged half of his opposition's team and his own team in 3 rounds alone. And he's gone absolutely nuclear. 14-9. Yes, the bomb will go down. Yes, that will give some extra money to Virtus.pro to be able to buy into this next one. But the question is, can anyone stop them at the moment? And aggression in this time from Sunny will work out. Rock on the site, spots the edge of Neo. It will be a quick trade from Mihu, making the site theirs. A couple of players in connector looking to try and hold onto the cross as well. Oscar's there and takes down Snacks. Finally, Team J will not have to do all of the work, as it will be the rest of the team stepping up. Bialy left alone, catches one with an aid in hand but won't get the kill, and he's just being battered by all of this utility, forcing him into the open, and Chris J is still going to net himself a double. 15 kills across 4 rounds, that's still a pretty impressive stat, isn't it? So, 15-9. Bomb down again with the max loss bonus gives Virtus.pro a decent buy, although if you look at the money on the other side, 15,900 for Chris. And, well, there's plenty across the board. Virtus.pro need 6 in a row to survive in this series. mousesports going into this, they did look like the favourites. The first map of their choice was taken from them. They returned by stealing Virtus.pro's, and now they sit here with 6 map points to take them 1-0 in this Swiss system. It seems like such a long way to get yourself just a 1 put on a scoreboard, but it is very valuable in this system. Bialy looking to go through the underpass, has support. There's been a lot of aggression there over the previous couple of rounds, but this time it's the connector control and an aggressive push from Rops, with lots of players gathering up towards this A site, looking to try and split things down. Both teams actually throwing a similar smoke, and Snacks looking to sneak through. Did he spot Rups on the site? I think he may have done. Default position, Rups nets the opener, looks for the second. Chris J, of course, has found another in the meantime. It's looking like we may be done and dusted. Mihu, the man top of the board for his team, gets shut down. And mousesports, they will take the series 2-1, much closer than expected, especially on Cobblestone, but ultimately they did enough.
Yeah, I mean, mousesports, they came into this feeling confident. They said they were going to win. And one man, the man who gave the interview, Chris J, he clearly believed Tom, as he completely annihilated VP there on Mirage. VP on Mirage. He tore them limb from limb. That is fantastic stuff. mousesports, they will be winning this series. As you said, it took them a while longer. VP looked fantastic on Cobble. Both teams did. But ultimately, a quick, decisive win on Inferno to get the confidence up, start to slow VP down. That showed in Mirage. And it looked like it was going to be close initially. And then Chris J just stepped up. I mean, there's no, like, that amount of kills in such a short space of time is just unheard of.
I think it also shows the depth of mousesports, as across every single map, there was a different person who we were highlighting. Like, we were looking sort of at Rups on the entry kills over on the T side of Cobble, really having a brilliant performance. Then we move on to Inferno, where I think it was the show of Oscar and Sunny. Then Chris J coming up big here. It really just was, everybody had their moments. Everybody stepped up throughout the series. And on the other side, although on the first map, I can definitely say, yeah, you know what? Everybody in Virtus.pro had their impact. I think Mihu was pretty much the only one who was consistently good across the whole series, and maybe a little bit of Bialy as well. Either way, it looks like Parla is ready on that stage to give a little bit of an interview.
Oh, hello, we are live. How's it going, Sonny? Congratulations, you've just taken out VP in a hard-fought battle. Tell us about that overtime, firstly.
I don't know, I think we just failed in like silly mistakes in rotation in first map, so we really just tried to reset our minds after that, and now we're happy.
Yeah, and so it looks like you guys have been, you had like a good momentum through that match, but do you feel like you could potentially make any improvements, or there are some mistakes that you guys picked up on that you can change going forward?
I think we need to win 6 pistols. Now we only won 5, but yeah, there is always some mistakes what you can fix. For example, I think they had pretty good read on us in a few rounds, like when we tried to do some fast stuff, so that's something, and we really need to focus more on game plan when we go into matches.
When I spoke to Chris, he did say that he thought maybe VP would be not too tough competition, ended up going to 3 maps, and like we already mentioned, an overtime. Did anything happen on their side that surprised you?
Not really. Like we kind of knew how to play against them. Obviously, at this level, every team know pretty much what every other team is doing. But Mihu played really good, and I don't know how to spell his name, Mihu maybe. But he shot really many inside headshots and saved many rounds for them. So I think he was the difference maker. Like for example, I don't remember much about Kabul, but he made it really tight.
And so what's the plan now after you've won this first best of 3? Will you go and sort of take a look at what the demos from today and what you could do differently, or is it more just relaxing and kind of like getting to sleep tonight?
I think we will talk more about Kabul, like what we did wrong, but not pretty much demos. Just have a meeting in prep room and just fix some mistakes what we already know and talk with each other. But after that it's chilling, and then we just play individually.
Awesome. Well, Sonny, pleasure to speak to you as always. Oh, and one final thing. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks for that. Love it. Every single time. That always seems to be the way that Parla likes to finish things off with Sonny, at least. But yeah. No, a decent series overall. I think he is correct. Mihu played phenomenally all the way through, and definitely a good start for him in the roster. I'll be interested to see if they do like sort of switch out some maps or switch in some maps like a little bit later on throughout the tournament, whether or not we will see them try and bring out Nuke. But
yeah, no, I mean that was I think it's mousesports played phenomenally well, and that's like the important thing for me, is that like that is good as well for VP in the sense of mousesports looked fantastic. You know, Chris J really stepped up in this last map, and then you look at VP and like the silver lining is, you know, they only got 1 map. I kind of want this last one to be closer, right? But like because of how well mousesports are playing, the fact they're able to beat them on Cobble is a good thing, and I think, you know, this change is good. But for Mouse, they looked unreal. Like, everyone was stepping up. If Rops fell silent, you got Chris J there to take up the mantle. If, you know, he's not doing so hot, there was Sunny. And, you know, like, there's so many names on this team that we can be saying having, like, a monumental impact. Like, even Sticko, who kind of hates that supporting role.
Yeah.
Even he becomes, like, he's a very dependable player. You know, like, you know what you're going to get with him. He doesn't go in and, like, get these insane, like, you know, plays like what we just saw there from Chris J. But, you know, he's the one setting things up. And he doesn't, I don't think, get enough props for that. He's always there. He's always getting the flashes in. He's the man who enables so many of these kills to come through. And I just think across the board for Mouse, it was a really good showing. And I think they're actually contenders, I reckon, to do quite well here.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting. Obviously, a very stacked tournament. No surprise to see Chris J up there. But it's also definitely worth mentioning that every time in the map, best players, Mihu has been there. Every single time.
Yeah,
even in the map where they got absolutely dominated on Inferno, he was still on the board. So and I think Bialy has been, he wasn't there on Inferno, but at the same time he still had a pretty good performance. It's actually, well, the same culprits like Neo, Pasha and Snacks who haven't really had the best games today. Now I think looking forward, luck of the draw is definitely going to come in to factor here.
Oh, definitely.
Because obviously we got the two sort of Asian teams, which I think going forward, Virtus.pro, if they play like that, they should be able to beat them. I think against Renegades, they should have a pretty good chance as well, if that's a similar sort of matchup. I think that could be a great game if that comes up. But it's definitely going to be some interesting matchups in the 0-1s. And then obviously going forward for mousesports as well, if they can get out of the groups, there's some top teams in there as well.
Just like, how insane is that? Like, how close Mihu is to Chris J. Even though Chris J like did amazing, got those 15 extra kills in the last few rounds, and was just like, the fact that they were still so close just shows how well Mihu was playing at Mirage.
Especially on the CT side. He was very, very impactful. I don't think they would have won the half if he wasn't playing that well.
It's only going to get better. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like, the more they play together, they're clearly having fun, and that's like a huge step in the right direction. You know, like, they don't look so, you know, monotone and like upset all the time.
They looked like they were having fun.
The faces I was used to seeing for VP, you know, it used to be like really like vibrant, you know, really passionate, and they still had that passion, but it was just like buried underneath, you know, a
dismay.
Like a team that it was so great, and then they fell so far so quickly, and you know, it was made kind of worse by the fact of, you know, with VP, it was like they would do that every now and again, but then they'd pick it back up at like the next big event. So everyone was hopeful. Yeah. And like that hope kind of made it that much more worse, because it was always like you're looking at it and you're like, come on, guys, you know, like we believe. And ultimately they had to make the change. But I think the change is a good thing. Mihu is definitely doing some wonders for the team right now.
Well, the thing is that it's always been like Mihu statistically in sort of lower teams like Kingwin has been very, very good. This is just proven to me at least that he really could be the start of this team.
Yeah.
Which, that's a completely different ball game. Like, that's going from being obviously a big fish, small pond, playing a lot of teams online, playing LANs against teams that he should be absolutely obliterating if he's anywhere near the standard of these players. But then coming into the match and basically saying, I'm still pretty much one of the best, if not the best player in the server, which, considering they lost, is pretty damn impressive. He was the most consistent player across all three maps. That's no question about that. And even in the games that they lost, he was still putting up numbers. So I think that's really promising going forward. The only thing is, technically after this point, Chris J was right that maybe changing one player might not be enough. It's whether or not everybody else can sort of step up behind them. Either way, I think we are going to be going off to a short break, but I think we will be back to do the draw in just a moment.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? Dreamteam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join Dreamteam.gg today.
Again, Guardian can make it happen this time. It's the quick scope. This is unreal. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
You still owe us a